Hello, my fellow Nigerians. Hear what Ndume is saying. Ndume is saying that Tinubu should not allow the bad advisors to destroy his government. You see, Ali Ndume, the senator representing Borno South, says some advisors around President Tinubu are responsible for the economic hardship in the country. In a statement on Friday, Ndume said certain individuals around the president are pushing harmful reforms and policies aimed at destabilizing the government instead of controlling inflation. The lawmaker said the rising prices of petrol, food, and essential goods have made life uncomfortable or unaffordable for most Nigerians. I personally believe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu means well for Nigeria and Nigerians. I know this because I know what he stands for, Ndume said. But some of his advisors who don't mean well for the people of this country give him wrong advice. I'm appealing to him to resist these bad people who want to push the people against his administration. The hardship these people are inflicting on the Nigerians is becoming unbearable. I'm currently in Borno, and I know what I'm talking about. People are really suffering, hungry, frustrated, and angry. In Borno State here, many families can't even feed anymore. The untold hardship of these frequent increases in prices is unimaginable. Farmers cannot even move their farm products anymore because of the high cost of transportation. Those who can still do this add the cost of transportation to the prices of food items they sell, and that is why many people can't feed again. People can't travel anymore. To travel by road from Abuja to Maduguri, for instance, is a fortune. How many of our people can afford that? I know that President Tinubu means well for Nigerians, and therefore he should not stay back and allow a few bad advisors to destroy this country. That is why I am begging him to do something before it is too late. It is not good to test the patience of Nigerians, and that's exactly what these bad advisors are doing. The lawmaker asked the president to immediately tackle the country's economic woes upon his return from vacation in the United Kingdom. You see, that is the advice Senator Ndume is giving to President Tinubu. Let us hear from our people what they are saying. Senator Ndume, please stop deceiving gullible Nigerians as if you love them. You are one of the people that democracy have made super rich. No country in the world today that is giving free fuel except communist states like Russia. Crude oil is the major component through which petrol is gotten. This product is traded global in dollar. Please, Tinubu should stick on total removal of a subsidy in petroleum sector, says one of our own. If you say crude oils globally trade in dollar, I will argue, but I will emphasize on how to make Naira strong or any currency against dollar, like what Tinubu said about devaluing currency. The only way to devalue currency is when you ask the foreigners that trade in your currency to change the money to us, and that is exactly what the Russians did by asking Americans to change their money to ruble, and it's just their currency. buying cars worth 160 million of naira for senators, and the rep makes our naira useless. Which bad advice? Does himself don't see the news on the social media? Who gives the orders of an increase in prices? Please leave him alone. Let him continue with his rubbish economic reform. Want? We don't blame him. We are blaming ourselves that think that our Messiah has come, not knowing he came for his own selfishness with his like minds. My people, see that this is what we are saying. Another word again from our people. See what Akpabio and Remi Tinubu, as they are mocking Nigerians on the hardship issue. You hear what they are saying now in their own gathering. That was on the October. See what they said. The torment of incessantly escalating petrol price and the consequent surge in the cost of everything have plunged Nigerians into a precipitous decline in quality of life. This their situation is exacerbated by insensitive, almost mocking remarks from those responsible for inflicting this pain. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, aptly nicknamed T-Pain, recently stated from London that Nigerians would in the future appreciate the wisdom of his reforms. Such a statement is both callous and mendacious. It is callous because these reforms are literally destroying the livelihoods of millions and causing the deaths of many. What possible benefit could the disease derive from economic reforms that precipitated their untimely demise? It is mendacious because, as evidenced by the history of structural adjustment programs in Nigeria and the experiences of other nations implementing similar neoliberal economic reforms, such policies invariably erode the middle class, exacerbate poverty among the lower classes, yet please the markets, thereby benefiting the upper classes. Almost without exemption, neoliberal policies such as the elimination of subsidies, deregulation, reductions in the social spending, and physical austerity exacerbate economic inequality and hinder sustainable development in developing economies. These policies often benefit large corporations and the wealthy, which creates an inequitable concentration of wealth in the hands of a few and widens the gaps between the rich and the poor. Thus, the deferred benefits for which Tinubu wants Nigerians to endure mass death and hopelessness as the opening of Nigerian markets to international competition, which may please global markets but will overwhelm local business, lacking the resources and the technology to complete, and the freeing of resources to invest in infrastructure. However, the reality is that contemporary Nigerian is inhospitable to foreign investment due to the absence of security, social, and physical infrastructure. And because Tinubu's policies have so impoverished the majority that they cannot afford to purchase what foreign businesses produce. This explains the mass exodus of foreign companies since 2023. Furthermore, given the culture of endemic corruption entrenched within the upper echelons of power, most of the funds saved from subsidy withdrawals, tariff increases, intensified taxation, and cuts in social programs will likely be misappropriated. The government will still resort to borrowing from World Bank and the IMF to finance its operations. We are already witnessing this phenomenon. Despite massive inflows of cash into government coffers, no new projects are being constructed or even initiated. In fact, governments at all levels are procrastinating over implementing the 70,000 naira per month minimum wage. State governors convert the excess funds they receive from federal allocations into dollars and stash them away, thereby putting pressure on naira. Now, the vast majority of Nigerians have resigned themselves to the fact that death, starvation, and hopelessness are the only certain outcomes of Tinubu's reforms, and are seeking a way out. Middle-class citizens are saving up to leave the country, and for the first time ever, the majority of northern Nigerians, middle class, is investing in plans to escape from Nigeria. In response, Senate President Godswill Akpabio declared that Nigerians flee the blazing neoliberal hellhole that Nigeria has created are ungrateful and unpatriotic cowards who should be stopped. I believe people should place love for their country above financial gains. That is why many of us choose to remain here, he said. Akpabio and his Ike chooses to stay in Nigeria, not out of love for the country, but because they thrive off it and are insulated from the harm they inflict upon it. The professionals leave Nigeria in droves are not doing so because they lack love for their country. They love their country. They simply abhor the raging neoliberal inferno it has become. It is insulting to suggest, as Akpabio did, that Nigerian immigrants are motivated by base and unpatriotic motives. Even more insult is Akpabio's proposed solution to halt immigration that dissatisfied Nigerians should reduce the number of cars they own. My people, you see what all these people are saying? So, in the comment section, you are free to say your opinion. Share love, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thanks and God bless. Amen.